On the side of the summit, on the very first day, after the declaration was adopted, um, there was an MOU signed between the following parties for a project which is India to Middle East to Europe, and then it's called Economic Corridor. In this, there are shipping lanes, rail links, undersea cables, and movement to Europe from Indian Ocean, which is 40% cheaper and 60% faster. This is a great achievement because the member supporters of this are USA, European Union, UAE, and last but not the least, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. It was the young Crown Prince at the age of 38 when he had taken this initiative and slowly persuaded, or they mutually persuaded, India and then roped in USA and Europe. So let's try to understand what this is all about. So on the 9th, the MOU was signed, and then there was a meeting in which all these representatives were there, including the leading European economic entities, Germany, France, Italy, and Ms. Ursula, as the EU president, supporting it on the podium, and Mr. Biden and Mr. Modi, and of course MBS and the head of UAE. Now, MBS also holds the charge of Prime Minister of Saudi Arabia, while he is designated as Crown Prince because his father is very much alive. Let's understand this in the broader context. Let's understand it also as a logistics marvel almost, and a transportation system, or a logistics system rather, which becomes another alternative to the BRI initiatives of China. So in a sense, it is vis-a-vis China also. And second is that it avoids the routes related to Iran and Afghanistan, Pakistan. So let's understand what is the basic functionality of the project. Functionality is that there are a large number of Indians, South Asians, working in the Middle East. So there is fair amount of transportation for their needs also. And of course, this is the region producing the highest amount of hydrocarbons, so they move out. In the context of the Ukraine conflict, the Nord Stream 2 pipes were blasted away, which brought oil from Siberia, Russia, to Germany and then to the rest of the Europe. Internal pipeline systems were also there. Now that route is cut. European Union has put a lot of sanctions, including US on Russia, for selling the oil, which has not meant much of a difference because China and India alone can and have picked up a lot of that oil. The climate movement is there, therefore they say there should be less consumption of coal, but for the electricity requirement of Europe, you still have to burn fuel oil to do it. The amount of percentage-wise nuclear energy is small, except in two countries, France being the leading one. So the reliance on oil for quite some time will continue to be there. If it is so, what are the channels through which it comes? If we come via Suez Canal from Middle East, it's a long route. Suez Canal has become very crowded as it is, and it's expensive. So a route in between would have been good. Now, India and Russia and Iran have been part of a North Corridor, and Chabahar port has been handed over to India, and so there is if it would have prospered, that route is also available for Indian Ocean. Now, This other grouping, the Western grouping, wants a route which is not dependent on Russia and Iran, because that's again a problem, and nor do they want to rely on the supply chains of China. So it's a question of resilience vis-a-vis the supply chain. But for something which is very important, without which European economy can't function. The ones they were importing from USA, oil as well as LNG, comes very expensive. So your effectiveness of manufacturing, efficiency, etc., reduces down. So this one is therefore shipping from India to Dubai, a rail system within Saudi Arabia and UAE and connected to each other, which brings goods from the inside of the country, oil in this case, and can also be used for transportation of the people.